in and get ready to find out what's happening in your business community now.
Hello everyone and welcome to This Week in Business. Today we've got a really good topic to talk about. We're talking to Anthony about videos in social media. How are you today?
It's a bit meta talking about a video on Facebook, isn't it? But I guess that's why we're here. You know, let's get right into this and consider the fact that most of the time when you're on social media, stuff that grabs your attention and engages you happens to be video content. And if the old adage that a picture's worth 1,000 words, then if you're doing 24 pictures per minute per second, well, you're getting a hell of a lot of meaning out there in a short period of time. But not all videos made equal. And we certainly all see ourselves, the companies and the friends who post stuff that just doesn't work. We've all done it. We've put stuff up there and thought, this is going to be the post that, really helps us, and it just bombs. So what I'm going to try and pick out is just a couple of the key things that I think we need to talk about with video to make it really work for us on socials. The first one, which is absolutely critical, is your sizing of the video. Now, in the olden days, you used to have video which was always 16:9, a certain ratio that everything worked at. That was what worked on televisions. Actually, it was even older than that, 4:3, but that's showing my vintage. These days, depending on where you're going to put that video, you're going to need to size it appropriately. So if you're going into a story, you want 9:16, your long format videos, so that will fill the story beautifully, whether it's Instagram stories, Facebook stories. Obviously TikTok kind of naturally works in that format, as do Snapchat. But if you're going to be dropping into your feed, the most durable shape that we've found are your square videos. And square, we've done a fair bit of testing over the years. We found square videos are cheaper to advertise with. They get more reach and typically more engagement as well. So they do actually outperform your landscape videos when you're posting them. So definitely go square.
Well, that's interesting. That's something I didn't know. Square. There you go.
Square in your feed. Next one is what you're doing in the first 3 seconds. Most of us won't last more than 3 seconds. If you think about the average person scrolling through a good couple of 100 meters of feed a day, if you're not capturing me in the first 3 seconds, then I've lost interest. And a technique that I've learned from a lot of YouTubers is to try and pull a vignette of the entire story into the first couple of seconds. So that's almost like the first thing to grab people's attention. If you've got some exciting stuff happening at the end, don't make me wait till the end. Serve it up front nice and early. But tease people with that little bit of what's happening in there. BuzzFeed are a great company that do this really, really well. And the same thing with that is looking at your thumbnail. Sometimes people are going to get a thumbnail of your video. Make sure that teaser, the picture you see there, is meaningful. Don't just drop in the default one that Facebook are going to give you or Instagram are going to give you there. Do the work of actually creating or choosing an appropriate thumbnail that looks interesting. And loading that up, you can load that up individually. Now, I've got a really important question for you, Lou. How do you watch your videos on socials?
Oh, no volume. I'm all about the caption live, and I love that with our video that we're doing right now, Facebook automatically captions it for us, and it's pretty good. But I love a good caption. I like to be able to sit there in quiet because days are actually busy and loud. It's kind of just peaceful to watch and read.
Phones are almost designed to be silent now. If you ask my teenage kids, they'll tell you that there's a mute button. You're meant to have it always on mute, no matter where you are, anytime. No notifications, no sound, nothing needs to be played. And it's so true. We watch our videos without sound. So if you've got a lot of message to share in the verbal part of it, make sure it's captioned. There's some really good services out there that allow you to caption up your videos, where you decide what goes in. Facebook and Google with their YouTube videos are really pretty good with their auto captioning. Pretty good, but not perfect. I've seen some rippers recently, but I would say if it's in video that's important to you, go to the effort of captioning it. What do you use for video captioning, Luke?
To be honest, I actually do the Facebook auto caption because it is getting better and better each time. But for YouTube, I tend to upload a document.
Yeah.
So I'll usually put a video through a transcription, fix it up, and then shove it back in.
The service which I've found is really good for it is Subtitle, and the other one is Rev. The two of those, Rev gives me either a choice of burned into the video, which is really good for people who maybe you've got the captions turned off or aren't doing it automatically, as do Subtitle. They can burn it into the video or give you an SRT file, which you can then upload to it. It's surprising the lost meanings that can be given with those auto translates if you're not conscious with it. But as we've all seen, these things are getting better, and if we can get just the right message out with captions, definitely have a look at doing that. Next point I've got is keeping on topic. How often do you watch particularly a small business who's trying to get lots of messages out in a short period of time because it might be the last time that you'll ever see them? Well, it's probably going to be the last time if you try and jam too much into the message. I've done a little bit of work over the years with both radio and television advertising, and the thing that I learnt with scripts really early on is you pick a message, you tie it in, and you bring everything around that story in the 15 or 30 seconds you've got available. So true in socials as well. If you're trying to be everything, then naturally you're nothing. So we just kind of float off into the swill of social stuff that disappears from our feed. So really focus in on a single topic.
Yeah, and you guys might have noticed that we actually have changed our This Week in Business to have a single topic for you for those exact purposes that, you can get the right information in a short, snappy way.
And when you get that topic right, you want to use that in your description. So when your video sits there as either a highlight or as in your video feed, pull out your description, make sure that you've got it clear as to what that's about and use it. It's important there that we use these videos to kind of pick up and customers can find them and view them in the future. And you'd be surprised the number of people who look at your video archive and libraries to view it. Don't underestimate the value of YouTube either. Often surprises people who may use YouTube every single day to find, how do I ... to discover that it is actually the world's second largest search engine after Google. So if you're going to go to the effort of creating a video, definitely think about creating yourself a YouTube channel, placing it in there, putting your how-tos there. It's amazing the resources that you can that people can find there, and you can run with that. Look, I think that's getting pretty close to it. The one last thing I want you to do is call me. No, it's not. It's to add a call to action. Putting a call to action at the end of your video, critical. So making sure you ask people to do something. No point in giving them all the information and then dropping it off, but it's important that once you've delivered your message that you have a purpose for it. If it's to like and follow us, if it's to engage with us, it's to buy something, if it's to contact us, it's, whatever that message happens to be, invite people to do it and be really clear about that. And there are call to actions that you want to put both in the video and in the post, as you maybe a click over button for YouTube. All those kind of things are really important that you do. So being clear about that call to action and then working back, that ties to that single message, makes life really easy.
So Anthony, what's our call to action for today then?
Look, our call to action, I would love to hear from people who've got a video up. If you want to comment it in, share it with us. But also tell us what you think are the most important things in videos in your socials. Please put it up there. Let us know what you think you can do better or we've missed out. If there's something big that we've missed, let us know, and we will look forward to talking next week.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing some videos from some of our followers on what they're doing on their socials so that we can follow you as well. So thank you, Anthony, and we will chat again next week.
See ya.